And
Mm-hmm.
so it um, updates the registration based on the formula field that carries the status update along with the criteria to update that status.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the gist
Okay.
of it for the most part.
Okay. And you're familiar, you have, did you say you have good knowledge of that type of flow?
Not good knowledge, but the one that we have, like I had to modify it and actually basically change it. We had, for instance, we had, of course, the start element and two update records, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I changed it to where, oh, and in the start element, we were only looking at if the formula, if the value for that formula field is false, right? Is null false,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so but in that same start element, I updated it with two new criterias which looks at the registration status that so that we don't reprocess records that were already, set to expire before or after launch kind of thing. And
Mm-hmm.
then I did a get record elements because we needed to, we're basically querying from the record global variables
Mm-hmm.
in order to use in order to reference the formula field, so to speak.
Yeah, yeah.
So I have a get record element that looks at the S object, which is the registration object, and looks at the record type name, right? And then I have a one update element now that updates based on a condition logic.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I revamped it to prevent, or it should, in this way, it should prevent the heap error we were getting.
Yeah.
But there's more ways to do it too, right? That can be even more involved. Like instead of doing that, after the start element using a loop and an assignment and then an update record too, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's another way to do it if you want it to be more scalable kind of thing, what I understand.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. But yeah.
So we could do one of those unless you think it's a little bit too much for you today because you're tired.
Oh, for me to actually engage in village right now?
Yeah.
Ah, we could try, but let you know, hmm. Yeah, I guess I mean, I don't. Can we have Jermaine go today if you don't mind?
Well, it's up
No,
to
I
you
don't mind
guys.
doing it. I don't mind
Well,
doing
my
it.
computer's really slow. I
And
gotta get it.
that's okay. No worries. I'll go. It's okay. Let me share my
Yeah.
screen. Give me a second. Excuse me.
So
Whoa.
I'm looking for some records, right? And the
Okay.
records that I would think we need would be something like opportunities or what records do you have that you have a bunch of? Like some contacts maybe?
Who, me?
Yeah, in your org, in
Oh
your
gosh.
sandbox.
Okay. So in my work sandbox?
No, no, not your work.
Oh, in this regular sandbox here.
Right.
I don't
Because
know. I haven't
we,
created much of anything in there,
hmm
right? Other than what we had done initially, right? What's this verification code thing every minute? Need your Google. What? Okay.
Oh, but wait a minute, hold on. Jermaine, you have a bunch of jobs in the Regulus in the production one?
149,
Yes.
549.
All right, so maybe we'll work with that. So so Nigel, maybe instead of logging into your sandbox, you just stay with the production here.
Okay. I'm in the production anyway, now.
Yep, yep, this is
I'm not
still
even
the
sure to get to
production.
mines at this point, to be honest with
Oh, okay,
you.
okay.
All right. So let me move this down. Or can I minimize? Yeah, I told them. There we go. It's much better. Okay.
All
So
right. So let's go to the job they have a job app there.
job application.
Mm-hmm. What is it called? Job application? What's it called? Job. No.
Oh no,
Jim, Jermaine, what was the job thing called?
Salesforce. I think something was Salesforce. Hold on.
Salesforce chatter? Not
No,
Salesforce.
No.
no, no,
I
no,
didn't
no,
think
no, no,
so.
no, no. Give me a second. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, excuse me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought we put
Okay.
it in here.
Yeah, it's in
We
there
had to.
somewhere.
Hold on. Hmm.
Start up here, Happy Healthcare.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Wasn't it Happy Healthcare you were searching? No. You
No.
created some job thing. I remember that.
You know what? Maybe it wasn't in this one. Is
Maybe
it in a different org?
it
It
was in
might be
his
in a
org.
different org.
In
Hold
your
on.
org.
No. Well, I do have one in my org, but hold on. Wait a minute. Um, Give me a second. Let me see if it's in this org. Give me a second. Yeah, it's in a different org.
Okay.
It's the one with Kobe and the one that you did with
Mm-hmm. Okay. So let me send uh let me go and then give Nigel a login.
okay.
Are you in it now?
No, I'm out of it now.
Okay. Hold on. Let me take over screen.
Yeah, it's the one
Oh
with
yeah, go ahead.
dot KKJBHT.
Okay.
That's the one.
Okay. All right.
Just go
Let,
ahead.
let me let me take it over for a second here. Okay, and hold on a second. Let me get this and back here. Oh, I'm gonna stop sharing for a second because I'm going to need my password. A moment.
Oh, boy.
Okay. Mm,
Oh, excuse me.
Let me show you what I'm doing here. Okay, so you're saying it's in this one, right, Jermaine?
Jermaine, you're on mute.
Yeah, sorry. Yes.
Okay, hold on. Log in.
Oh, excuse me. Oh,
Okay, this one is called that.
I need a year-long vacation. Paid vacation.
Okay, and yours is called Salesforce Job Hunting. There we go. Now, you have job postings and you have application. And you have all of these applications. Now, let me just take a quick look at this. So these are, well, you guys have a lot, which is good because we could use this information. So if I take one of the applications, let's see, it looks like this. All right. Now, you see, Jermaine, how your note is still waiting for a response, but it's 127.25? Are you still waiting?
No, no, I think it's safe to say.
Why
I
not?
haven't been
Just
in this
hold
org in a
on.
minute. Yeah. Or maybe
So
I'm still
what,
waiting for a response. Let me see. Yeah, I'm just kidding.
how do you think we should work with the application?
If there's
Let's
no response in a 72-hour period, there should be some kind of escalation or some task.
Or no, if there's no change within 30 days or something. Right.
30 days is a job application. Is this a job search thing?
Yeah.
If there's no
No,
change
no,
in,
the application, that means we already applied. We applied for the job.
what is Lou talking about when I said there was no response? What are we looking for a response for
Still
those?
waiting for a
Still
response.
waiting for. So you submitted your application on the 27th, right, of
Yes,
January.
correct.
And you're
n-
saying we should have a 30-day response window to wait
Uh,
well,
for a response.
the thing is, he last modified it on 2/6, so maybe that's really the date, not 127. Still,
Still doesn't matter.
yeah, still doesn't matter.
I
Still
mean,
doesn't
that's
matter.
a hell of a amount of time. That must be a very, how you say, not
Is
in
that?
demand job.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So you need at least, I would say, 72 hours.
Okay, honey. I'll speak less loud.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
I'm not gonna talk too loud here.
Okay.
Okay, let's see.
We're not on speaker now like that, right?
No, no, we're not. It's just
Yes.
the
That's
sound
good.
travels.
Okay, yeah,
Mhm.
it's good.
Okay, so obviously something's wrong here, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So what do you think we should do? What's like a good game plan?
I think there has to be some kind of.
Like maybe 15 days or something like that. Maybe not a month, but it's like say if you don't hear nothing back within 15 days,
Oh, yeah, stick to 72 hours.
72 hours. Okay.
No one's waiting 15 days for a response. They hire somebody or you train them and
Yeah, but what happens if you submitted the application on a Friday?
Hmm.
still need 72 hours business days. Some submit
Yeah,
on Friday, I
on
wait Monday,
72-hour
Tuesday.
business days, then okay, you're doing
I'll
it
put a
that way.
logic in there to only look at weekdays.
Okay.
Okay. Now hold on. What I'm saying is we need something, right? What do you think we need?
Okay. In regards to still waiting for a response, right?
Well,
What do we
so
need?
depending on, let's say, this one of these 2 days, let's just say this date,
Okay.
right? The last
Right.
modified date.
Right.
Actually, maybe not the last modified, but the created date,
Okay.
right? Because this will be the date he applied.
Right.
Oh, actually, we have a submission date. Okay, so
Even
on
better.
based on a submission date, what do you think we should do?
We should have like a feel for when there's if we got a response, what was that date maybe?
Or we could just say, let's close this application after, say, 30 days,
Point. Yeah,
right?
that's a good idea.
So we need something, right?
Right.
We need a new field, particularly.
Right.
The question is, what kind of field do we need?
We would need maybe a checkbox field.
Or
Well,
application close date.
Well,
let's put in something, let's put in a pick list and we call it stage.
okay.
Oh, we already
Because
don't
we're
have a
used to,
stage? Okay.
I don't know. Well, let's take a quick look.
Take this.
Nope.
we don't have a stage
Okay.
or status. Let's see if there's a status. Application status. Ooh, okay. So maybe we do. Let's see what's in it. Okay. We should have another status. What do you think that other status should be?
Response.
Closed due to um due to
Lack of response.
No
yes. Okay.
lack or no response?
No response is fine. Okay.
Okay.
Because you might be closing it because you're biased because they said okay. You said that's a lack of response. So they did responded okay. Like we'll look at the application. You know, you always get those initial responses says, thank you for your application.
Mm-hmm.
Blah 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 blah. Which is like it's very generic, right?
Yeah.
So
But
that
that
would be an
yeah,
initial
but
response.
yeah. But in this case, we're gonna say that one is going to be an auto close.
Okay.
Uh, close due to no response. That's like an auto close. You see what I mean? So, what is our rules for auto closing an application?
Your man said if there's no response in 15 days.
So, let me just put it on here. Or do we have the application? Oh, we have the application status. Okay, so we don't need to put it on. It's there already. Okay. Oops, wait a minute, wait a minute. It kind of go back to it. Job hunting applications. This is the one we're looking at. Okay. So what we want is to switch this from applied to close due to no response, right? But we want to do it automatically. How do we do it?
Schedule or a record trigger.
Wouldn't be record trigger because
It would be a
it's going to
schedule
be,
triggered for.
yes. Jermaine, do you understand?
Yes, I do.
Jermaine, yeah?
Hmm.
Okay. Now, so we could run this every week, right?
Right.
So that
Right.
it runs and closes all applications that are more than
7
30
days
days.
or 7
Let,
days or
well, let's just say 30 days,
okay.
just to, I mean, later on we could
Just
change it.
because your man is into 3 months, so yeah,
True.
should get a lot of records.
Look,
So
it's 6 months later. I'm still waiting for still a
response.
response. No, but all jokes aside, no, let's do it like say a couple of days just so we can get it to work.
No, no, it'll work.
No, I
Okay.
know, but
The only thing is
yes.
we need a report.
Mhm.
Oh,
Okay.
hold on. Let me see what this report is, Jermaine. Oh, whatever it is, is not really working that well. Okay. So we need a report. What report do we need?
We need a report for all applications submitted the last in 30 days or greater.
Job posting with applications, application history, job posting with applications. So we'll do this. Okay, all job postings. There we go. Okay. So we'll do all job postings, right? We need the submitted date. Hold on, we don't need it here. Let me come here. Submitted date. Jermaine, the company is what? This company name? Let's see. Okay, here we go. So we got the company name, the application number. I guess we'll, The application number, we'll put that first. We don't care about the job posting itself. The submission date, let's see what we have. Okay, the application number, we'll put it down here. So we have this, and then who applied? Is that the created by? Yes, from the user. What is this? Okay, we'll take this one. There you go. And we'll group it. All right, and then we'll sort it here. And then we also want the application status. Okay, and we'll
Rejected. There's a lot of rejected, right? So
yeah.
you gotta work on that, Jermaine.
Okay.
Well, actually, that's under happy.
So you gotta work on that.
Okay, so I'm gonna save this report because we're gonna need this, right? Because you could see there's no point of this being in progress. Oh, Jermaine, this is the company that Happy is actually applying to.
What's that called? MJHS?
Yeah.
No, she's
What's
not applying to that company.
Oh, she's not. Oh, no, no.
No,
She's
she
saying
said
she
she
works.
worked for that company.
Right. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
She works
But
for that
she
company.
did apply to that company too once before I did.
Right. Okay.
But I got an interview and it's technically still in progress. Yeah. Well, I
Okay.
can change it though because truthfully, they ghosted me. So
So let me save this. So this is basically application submitted, right? That's what it is, basically. I'm gonna put it in a public folder so anyone can get it. But we have a problem. Our problem is that while these are rejected, it's fine. This doesn't make sense, right? That it's not that it hasn't been closed, right?
all the applieds?
Virtually everything should be closed because the last thing here, her last one was 417. That was over a month ago. Jermaine has 420. Jermaine, aren't you applying?
He is not applying.
actually, yes, but I'm using my sandbox one. I'm not using this one.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay. So what we really want to do is let me edit this. We only want the ones that are not rejected. We only want the ones that are either in progress or applied. Right. So let's see. Where the status is in progress or applied. What does accepted mean?
They got a job.
Well, it'd
They
be
accepted the
nice.
application.
Okay, and let's save and run this. Yes. So obviously, we should really close a lot of these here. And we want to close them virtually, say, every week. Right? Because it doesn't really make sense. This is just cluttering up your work, right? So we want to go ahead and do that. The only way to do that is to, instead of coming here and changing these, which you could from applied to closed. Oh, what is this? Upgrade to Zoom. Just give me a second here. I thought I logged in. Oh, I see. I must not have used my work. But I thought I would use my work. Huh. Okay. Anyway, um, this is giving me a limit, which is not normal, because this is my work. Um,
No, you didn't use your work one.
oh, I didn't use the work one.
No.
Interesting. Okay. Uh, anyway, so we want to automatically close that. To do that, we need a flow. Okay. And it's a scheduled flow.
Yep.
Okay, and the launch time. Okay, there we go. Now, it also does it in batch. Do you know what that means?
And they say in batch.
Yes.
Well, it can run it like in a, you can create a collection so it can run a batch size as opposed to just doing individual one record at a time.
Right. So it'll run like 200 at a time and so on and
Right.
so on.
Exactly.
Okay.
But
Now,
I'm right, you do need a collection for that, right? You'd have to
well,
have a collection variable in order to run
n
a batch. Right?
no, it'll do it automatically. You'll set it.
Interesting. Okay.
Okay. I'm here. What do I do? You know what the game plan is.
Oh, first you got to set the schedule.
Okay. Let's set a schedule. Let's set it for today at, let's just make it 11:30. Just
I'll
to,
be
just to
in
have something.
bed. No, good.
No, no, we're not gonna
I'm
run
just
it.
teasing. It's okay. Okay. Next one, you have to choose your object.
Okay. So we choose our object, and it should be the application.
Okay.
And what
Okay. So what's
conditions
the
do we need?
so we need to, okay, we're looking at registration, what submission date? We need to know the submission date, right?
Submission date, right?
Yeah. So you're gonna put submission date. What is it? Equal to, greater than or equal to
No, no,
some,
less than.
no, or less than, sorry, less than the 30 days. Or we'd have to, what is it? It's, how do you write that for 30 days? I'm not sure.
Hmm.
You
We
go
seem
record application.
we seem to be in a quandrum here, right? Because we really need that to do this. How do we
Wait,
do that?
oh, what do you mean? Okay. Click on the record application. Why we can't put in a, we need a date value here, it's saying, right?
Yep.
Because it's record submission date. Okay, hold on. It's greater than, you have greater than or equal to,
Yeah. Less than. Okay.
or less than. Isn't it just less than?
Okay. It doesn't matter.
Or
One,
it doesn't?
it's one of these. But we run into this problem.
Yeah, I'm not sure why though. Click on that for me. Okay. Aren't you supposed to, no, you have to use the system date and time, isn't it? You can't use that.
Can't use it.
No, you can't use that. So in here, what is it? Open a submission date list. No, you can't use none of these things. Oh wait, less than not the created. Like the created. No. Job posting created by last one activity. Last activity modified. Can you scroll down? It has the systems. Okay, that's the system timestamp down there. Negative equals to. Can you click on the system timestamp or mode stamp for me? No, that can't be it. It's gotta be go back in there again, Lou. It's clear also record time, record application. Can we click on the record application? Create date. and the created date.
But that wouldn't work, really.
Wouldn't work, right?
No,
I
because
think you're right.
we want to do it where it involves something about today.
Today, right?
Yeah.
I'm not sure how we get that there given what's coming up, so. But it should, okay, maybe it shouldn't be submission date then. Let's see here.
Well, let me just do this because I want to save this.
Okay,
Okay, so this is a application. I think we call it application status
yes, that is update.
auto close.
Product quotes.
Okay, let's just keep that for a moment. Now let's just see if we could do it this way, right?
Okay.
What is this? Yeah, we know we can't use the statement element
The
can't
start
find
element.
a record to fill the condition that references the resource or element. Remove condition and contains the unsupported value. Okay, so won't even let us use the created date. Okay, okay. So won't let us use a created date. Why don't we use the formula? I wonder if it'll let us use the formula. Now, what formula will we have?
You know, that's such a good question. I'm sitting here trying to formulate it in my head myself, like exactly what the formula would be.
How
We
about
would
that?
have to have a formula that again looks back at that submission date. Or it would be to say the submission date.
No, not submission date. We want
Yeah.
what is 30 days ago?
What is 30 days ago?
Yeah,
What do you mean? Like, I'm a little confused by the
like
question.
today is 5/20.
Okay. So
What
30
is
days is gonna be well we can't hard code the month. It'll be April something. April the 19th or something like that.
well, we need a formula here.
Right.
How do we get a formula that calculates 30 days from now?
I don't know that off the top of my head, but
Jermaine?
Let me think
I
this
go to
through.
Chat GPT.
We'll look at date functions. Can we use one of these?
Add month, date, year, month, day, created date value. We should be able to go express.
You see what
Wait,
it
hold
says?
on.
Add
Yeah,
the number of months to the date using the last date of the month if the date is the last day of the month or adding nums, whatever that is. But basically it says we could add months to a date, right?
So
So
is it
let's
hold
say
on,
the
30
date
days
is
from now
today,
or 30 days?
right? Okay, so what's that,
I was asking, is it 30 days from
Jermaine?
now or 30 days ago?
30 days in the past.
So I would think it would be today minus 30.
It's today, and then you put minus 30. Oh no, this is, yeah, let's see. Let me see if this works. Hold on. Okay, that's valid. Hold on a moment. Yes, we know about the error. Give me that for a moment. Now let's just see. Add months. Let me look the add month function again. Add the number, add the num months to the date. Okay, this is 30 months ago. We don't want that. We want it to be minus 1 month ago. That makes sense?
Yes. Add months, today minus 1. Okay.
Okay, but let me just see if Excel has it, just so I could show it to you again a little bit more. Let's see. So equals add months. Oh, Excel does not have it. Interesting. Okay, that's fine. It has it here. We have that function. Basically, when you do a -1, it will take 1 month away from today. Okay, and I changed the name of it to be 1 month ago. Now, let's see if we can use that formula. Ooh, you see, we can't even use that formula. It wants something on the record. All right, so if that's the case, we can't even use the formula. Let's try one more thing. All right, let's come back to the application. Let me open up one. And I'm going to create a formula field. I don't know if it'll allow me to use a formula field, but let's see. New formula. Okay. And let's say 1 month previous or ago, right? We could use the same thing. It'll be a date, right? And it will be the function is add months. You see it has it here. The date will be today. And this will be -1. Okay. That's fine. 3 blanks is blanks. Okay, application records, it's fine. It may not even allow me to do it here. Okay, so let's see. 1 month ago is right here, right? Let me put it on the page layout. Okay, 1 month ago, it looks like it already did. That means if I come back to the application, I should see it here if I refresh it, let's see. No, but if I do an edit page, oh, I see. Because I have it this way, it won't show it. Okay, come back here. Let me do it this way. I want to go into Classic, come back to um, this. See what it's saying?
Yep.
Yep,
That
I
make
see it.
that makes sense?
Yes.
So it's working. Okay. Now let's go back to the flow. Okay. So let's see if we could even use it. We might not be able to. Let me refresh this. Okay. Get rid of these errors. Come back here. Now we'll get rid of this, obviously. Now the reason why I did that is because I could access the record application here, but it may not. Oh, here it goes. It allows me to do it right there. You see why I created the fields? Because this is now going to give me 1 month ago. Okay, so find all.
Hello.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm in my org, right?
Mm-hmm.
And tell me, go ahead and build this flow. I'm trying
Yep.
to update the submission date field. I can't find the right thing in the record, as you just said, from the record value.
You want to show me your screen?
No. I'm speaking of what you're saying.
Okay.
I'm just trying to understand the logic as to why did
Mm-hmm.
we decide to build a formula field on the object?
Because it was the only way to get it here.
Fair enough.
Because this is only accessing. See, let me show you. You could only access the record.
Mhm.
You can't access any functions or formulas or anything like that. It must be on the record,
Mhm.
right? Makes sense?
Mhm.
That's why I built it there, because it's the only way it's going to work.
Gotcha.
And remember what date this came up with? Oh, what is this saying? Start record. The start element can't have a record filter condition that references a resource or element. Remove the condition. So it won't even let me do that. Okay. So we're going to skip it. We're going to just say run. So we can't even do it, but we could do it in a different way. So we're going to run it for everything. If we're running it for everything, what are we going to do? So now we can make a decision. Is the application submission date less than 1 month ago? Right? How do I know that?
You can put that field.
Application date less less than 1 month ago. How do I know?
Based on the submission date.
Okay, well, what do I do here?
Okay, so here you're gonna need from your decision, not from your decision. Uh, formula field. No, not the formula. Scroll down. Let me see what's going on. Triggering application.
Okay,
Triggering application. Submission. Would it be the submission
yep.
date?
Submission date,
I guess less than.
less than.
Yeah,
Does that make sense?
to me it does.
Okay. And then this one is greater than 1 month.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
Jermaine, do you understand this?
Yes, I got
Okay.
it.
Okay. What happens if it is less than 1 month? What are we going to do?
The application status. I mean, the submission status.
And how do we do that?
We need an update record.
No.
Oh wait, first we need if you have a decision, get record.
Oh, let's take a
No, wait.
quick look at this.
After you make a
Uh,
decision, don't you need to do an assignment? Oh
no.
no, you don't have to. You can go from a decision once this is, okay. So,
Uh, yeah, looks like it only gives you one option here. This option is an update record. It's the only thing that will
mhm,
make sense. But it
mhm.
should have been use the application record global. Okay, this is good. We're fine. Okay, so we want to say update the submission status to what do we call it? The closed
Closed due to lack of response or something like that.
due to right. Let me just see. Okay, so let's just see what this does. Closed due to no response. Closed due to no response. Response. Okay. Okay. How do we do that? Okay, it says use the application record global variable, right? Which means it's already set. This is the triggering record. So now, because it's set here, I could then come here
Yeah.
and say,
No, go ahead.
yep, and then
It would
say
be
what?
Uh, application status.
Yep.
We're setting the field. We're not doing any filter
No, just
conditions. We're just setting the
no,
field.
just
Well,
setting the
then, yeah, just
field.
equal it to close.
That's it. Anything else?
Mm. No, I guess not because we're checking if it's 30 days old in the decision, and if it is, we're just going to update the record.
That's it.
Mhm.
Now, let's come back here. We can actually run this.
Mhm.
It's we could run it for 10:30 now. Let's save this. Activate it. Okay. Now, how do we know that this is going to run?
Well, you have it active. You have records that are less than 30 days old.
No, we could check the job status.
No, that's what you mean. How you can, to see what's scheduled.
Yeah, scheduled jobs.
Mhm.
See,
Yep.
it hadn't started yet. So we'll wait 10:30 and we'll see if our report changes, gets rid of all of these. What do you think? Will it or will it not?
I'm thinking it will because it's pretty straightforward.
Nothing
I
difficult about it,
concur.
right?
Yes, I concur.
Maybe. Let's see. We got 2 minutes.
Although you said it for 11:30.
I changed it, Jermaine.
Oh, you changed it.
Look, you see?
Oh,
And you
oh,
see I
okay.
activated it?
Yeah.
I could have made it daily or weekly.
No, but that's
See?
fine. Right.
No, I know. I'm just showing that this is how stuff like this works, right? This is how well, it didn't work until we see if it did work, but you're getting the idea, right?
Yes.
And you get an idea why we need something like this.
Yes. Because it would be nice to go ahead and change it without having to change each one at individually.
And then you'd have to remember to shut it down.
Shut it down.
Let's see.
1 more minute.
1 minute to lift off.
Yeah, hasn't started yet. See, moment of truth is coming. 10:29.
If I was in a classroom, I couldn't sit here closing my eyes waiting for the minute. They'd be like, "Hey, you can't close your eyes." That's because you're being remote.
That's right.
I can even talk with my eyes closed. It's cool.
Hmm Oh, tomorrow I'm going to the Javits Center for the Salesforce.
I was supposed
For
to come down there with one of my coworkers, James, but I don't know.
say, look, it started.
Yeah, not if it's on its way.
Okay, I'm sure it did it because it's
Hmm.
fast. Let's
Hmm.
see what happens when I press refresh. What do you think,
Go down considerably.
Jimmy? Will it work?
Yes, I say it. Yes.
One, right?
One. Only one. That's right. Only one made it. Close everything else. Okay, so let's edit
Hold on. Well,
this.
hold on. What company is that one?
Motion recruitment.
You can close that one. I already got back a response.
Hold on. Let me come back and change my filter. And let's just add in this and rejected. See? That's how you use your auto. Now, normally you wouldn't just do it for a day. You would do it constantly, like every day or every week or every month, so that you could schedule it and not have to close these things. It'll close automatically. But but you could imagine what other uses you're going to have. Email someone some alert because they're now 30 days overdue. There's plenty of different ways that you can use this type of processing.
Yeah, we have one set up for deactivating users even.
Yeah, deactivating users, right?
Mhm.
If they haven't logged on in
Logged
30
in
days,
like
deactivate.
within, right.
Well, yeah, 30 or I think ours is yeah, 30 days. We moved it, we had it initially for 90 days or something. That was 30 days.
Yeah.
So log them off. We don't want to
Yep.
recapture our license.
Right, exactly. So there's plenty of good uses for that, right? And so you see how we had to go about this roundabout way. We couldn't do it inside the start.
Mhm.
Now, what's the advantage of being inside the start?
Um,
Good question.
think there's
Less let me see. Hmm. Less chance of making a mistake, or
I think
Yeah,
that's where you talked about having the ability. Well, in the start, you can set up where it's a batch.
it's a batch, number one, but number two, I was able to if I could do something to filter it, and there was no way to do a filter, so I'm actually looking at every single application when I didn't need to look at every single application. I should have just looked at the applications where the submission date was more than 30 days old. But I couldn't do that. So I said, forget it. Let's do everything and put a decision to then look at every single one to see if it's 30 days old or not. And it found one that was not 30 days. That's why I didn't close it. Right?
hmm
So that's how that worked. Uh,
Now, if you had more than one record type for this particular, let's say, job application, you would have
mhm.
had to also queried on that record type as well, right?
Yeah, you should write because you don't want to close the wrong type of application. No, if you had a record type for something else, maybe a longer term application.
And when is it right to make that hard coded or to make it dynamic? What's the rule behind that? If you're pulling in, like, say, I need to pull in a record type ID, I can pull in a hard coded ID or I can make it dynamic.
It depends on if you want it to be more readable, then you pull in the name of the record type and use that, you know, but then it looks nice. Hey, I am only going to close this application for medical exams as your record type versus say job application record types. So it all depends on how readable you want it, because if you put the IDs, like you don't know the name of it. See? So that's really about it. Mhm. Anyway,
body
Rather simple.
I didn't want to give you guys too much excitement today.
But that was good, Lou. This is exactly the kind of small implement that we
Yeah,
just
we
to break
needed
it down
something like that. Yes.
Okay,
from
so
scratch.
now you should have examples of screen flows.
hmm
You you have an example of a record trigger flow because we did
Well,
that
we
before.
didn't do that with Nigel though, but
Okay. Right,
but
right. So
we did it with. But we did
so
have an example of a screen and a schedule trigger flow with Nigel.
right, right. But I'm saying you have a video of it so that you could
Yes.
always watch the video.
Oh, I
Right.
didn't send it to him.
No, mm-hmm.
I got to send that to him.
Well, you
Okay.
should send it to.
Yeah, I sent
Yeah.
it to the other thing, but okay, I'll send it to him.
Okay. And now you have an understanding of using a scheduled triggered flow,
Yes.
right? Now there
hmm
are there's only one other type of flow left to do, and that's an auto flow. No, auto launch flow, right? Then you got to figure out, why do I need an auto launch flow? And what can I do with it? But they come in very handy for many different things. And then another thing you'll have to learn is subflows. Michelle, does your company use
Oh
subflows?
yeah, big time. I call them all the time. Call
A
them
flow of a flow,
subflows, call
right?
flows, call apex classes.
Yeah, they're really flowing if you're doing that.
Yeah, we use subflows. We do use them.
Yeah. So a lot of times anything that's reusable, a flow that can be used somewhere else in another flow, you ma- you can call it as a subflow. You know.
We've got a bunch of subflows we call right now as far as we're doing like when we're doing a recalculation on our registrations to zero out the eligibility record to allow people to have an opportunity to reapply for an exam.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a whole setup there with subflow, queuable jobs, and what's that? Well, I guess more queuable method, right?
Mm-hmm.
Java stuff. So very interesting stuff though.
Exactly. You know,
Yeah, this
so
was good.
anyway, that's how that's how this stuff works. Yeah, so you put them all together and then you could talk at your interviews or you could put it into your job the way you're doing it in Shell, or you make sense of it a little bit more of those more complicated flows.
Yeah, I was using ChatGPT and they say it doesn't give you everything, but it certainly does help to explain, like even the same record, the schedule trigger flow that we just worked on here, the one I had to work on in my work.
Mm-hmm.
I worked in it with support,
Yep,
but then
yep,
of
of
course I
course.
had to do it on my own
Mm-hmm.
today because it's in the middle of the day. I was
Right,
collaborating with my team member that actually is the reporter for this issue, so he knows it fairly well from the business
mm-hmm.
side, right?
Right.
And we had forgotten to add the logic for we have two different registration statuses that based on any given one of those statuses, the record should update to a particular status. It won't be the same. It'll be different, right? Either it's updating to expire before launch or expire after launch. So
Yep.
using the single node, of course, adding it there and working out the condition logic, how to write that out was interesting.
Yeah.
So using ChatGPT to break that down, like the understanding of that, a simulation like 1 and 2 or 3 and 4 or
Mm-hmm.
5 and 3 or 6 and 2,
Yeah.
right? Kind of thing, right? It was very, very interesting. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it does help. At least it's helped when I have these kind of explanations and then looking at it from that perspective, it's helping me to understand it a little better, little by little.
Yep. Yep.
Mhm.
Now let me give you an example of how I use subflows,
Mhm.
right? Just so see if you could follow along a little bit,
Sure.
right? So I'm going to log into my org first. Hold on, let me get rid of all this stuff. Okay, here we go. And here we go. No, wrong one. I don't want to be here. I want to be in my test one. Let me show my screen. Okay. So I have um this approval process, right? And these are the things that are in a process. And if you put it in a particular state, hey, I want it to be approved by my supervisor, then you have to say it's ready to be approved. Then the supervisor comes in and says, okay, this is ready to be approved. Let me look at it. And then the supervisor can either approve it, which will come in here, or reject it, which will come in here. You see how this works? You see the flow of how things should work, right? That makes
Request come in
sense?
for an approval. It's sitting in
Yes.
this particular panel.
Yeah.
Once that
Yeah.
once that request is ready to be sent for approval, it's sent over to the pending approval panel for managers where they now have access to look at the approval, either approve it and reject it. And of course, given those statuses, he's going to send it to the appropriate channel or box. Yeah.
Yeah. So let me show you how that works, right? Here, with the flow that I put in for these guys, right? So I'm gonna go and log in as one of the users, right? In this case, I'm gonna log in as this guy called Christian. So Christian comes in. Now he's gonna only see his specific stuff, not the overall ones, right? He doesn't have anything to look at. Oh, is it too loud, honey? Okay. All right. My wife doesn't like the I am speaking too loudly. Hmm. All right, guys. We'll pick this up again next time.
Okay.
All right, guys.
All right. Have a good night.
Yep, you too.
Thank you. Okay, good night.
Bye.
Yeah.